500 feet, 180 breeze, 25 knots. Gradual change to headwind at 200 feet. On first contact with Sydney, ground or approach, notify receipt of hotel. Time check 2107. Sydney, terminal information, hotel. Expect ILS approach, then independent visual approach when visual. Runway 34, left and right for arrivals and departures. Wet. Parallel runway operations in progress. Wind 280 breeze, 10 knots. Crosswind 9 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers, reduced to 6 kilometers in passing showers. Cumulonimbus and lightning in area. Cloud few 2,000 feet. Temperature 8. QNH 1025. Recorded wind at 1,500 feet, 180 breeze, 25 knots. Gradual change to headwind at 200 feet. On first contact with Sydney, ground or approach, notify receipt of hotel. Time check 2108.
All right, so this is day 2 of the trip now. It's the 21st in Sydney. And we're just preparing the aircraft for departing from Sydney to Vancouver. Manj is going to be at the controls today, and we're just running through our geographical cockpit scan just to make sure that everything's okay. And that's where what you're seeing us do right now. And we're just doing our scan here. So Toga Flight Director.
Toga Flight Director.
And I've got QNH 1025 hectopascals. And that's showing me at pretty well sea level and sea level.
1025 hectopascals, I got about 10 feet.
Okay. 061, 061, 061, and 065.
061 twice.
Okay, we don't see it, but the TCAS is off. Right.
Alright, clearance is 5 to 10 minutes before...
Alright, so we won't get a clearance just yet. And let's do some performance, Manj. We talked about we're going to get that flight dispatch is going to issue the extra flight plan with the 1,000 kilos for weather deviations. So I figured that should put our weight up to about 291.7 for takeoff. Right now with release number 2 and release number 3 is coming out, it's 290.7. So 291.7, let's go to 292.5. Off of 34 left. QNH 1025. And we had said 292.5 on the takeoff weight. We're going to use max thrust. And I don't think we'll use assumed temperature either because of the wind shear. Not possible wind shear, Manj.
Round cockpit.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Communications check. Brakes are set.
Okay, thank you. And are you happy with the fuel?
Just 1 second, okay? Actually, no, we called dispatch. We're going to need at least 1 more ton of gas.
1 more ton, copy.
Yeah, you should have a new sheet out to you. Okay. We'll put engine anti-ice on, I guess, eh, Manch?
Yes.
Happy with that, Bob?
Message for 10.6 on the fuel.
110.6, yeah. So I told him another ton, so that's good. Thank you.
The cockpit.
Cockpit to ground, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, I'll put another ton on. Is that okay now?
Actually, that fuel looks good right now, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
First one's at Misley 330.
Is there any mock prior to that too, or?
We can do mocks now if you want.
I think it's 8.3 all the way, or 8.4?
It's 8.4 at Wardy.
At Wardy, okay.
Yeah.
Any step at Wardy?
And no, Wardy is... The first step was at Misley.
Okay, that's later on down the route.
330, so...
Okay, I'm going to go to Misley, stepping.
Let me stick with the mock here, It's all the way through.
Right through, okay. A step at Misley to...
Misley to 330.
330S at Misley.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next one, Boyles, 350.
350S at Boyles.
Barker, 370.
370S at Barker.
And 390 at 140 West.
390S at 140 West. I'm going to execute that.
Execute.
Okay. And route data. Winds.
All right, well, we want to do it at Varley at 310.
310. And why don't we do... You want to do one average one for now, see how we're making out for time?
So we got positive component of 21, so
okay.
Make
Average
it
direction?
5 degrees at 21.
275 at 21, okay. And the
temperature deviation overall is
plus 7.
7.
So let's go
22.
123/22. Execute that.
Execute.
Okay, I'm going to do a route copy.
Yes.
Come across to the Prague. Right now it's 6,836 nautical miles.
6,873.
With a fuel overhead of 12.3.
Overhead here was 12.
So that's good because we're going to lose some carrying that ton of gas, right?
Yeah.
On the NAVRAD, because we don't have a clearance yet, we don't need anything. So why don't we... A little bit early for clearance yet, eh? So now we're sticking in arrival fuel, uplift fuel, just to make sure that it says OK, and it tells us that the computer agrees with the dispatch estimated fuel required on board. Okay.
Dispatch, Rachel speaking.
Okay, she's on. Hi there. Who's this?
It's Rachel. Go ahead. Who's this?
Hi, Rachel. It's Dominic Marini on flight 2034 in Sydney.
Yes, Al. Go ahead.
Yeah, they don't have time to get us revision number 3. We had asked for that extra ton of detour fuel, which they put on. I just wonder if we could verbally get the different numbers from you then.
You certainly can. Can I just ACARS the important bits to you?
That'd be fine for us.
Okay. I did send you a message with the block fuel. Did you receive that?
Yes, you did. That's excellent. But you know.
Okay, I'll send you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, that's good, Rachel. I stepped on you. Go ahead and send that. That'd be fine.
So do you want the whole flight plan, Al, the whole short version of the flight plan, or do you just want me to cut and paste the relevant?
You know, if you could just cut and paste the relevant, that would be excellent.
Okay, I will do that. It'll be on your printer shortly.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so what happened was there, we bumped up our fuel. We asked for another 1,000 kilos of fuel for detour fuel, and they didn't have time to get us a revised flight plan, so we contacted dispatch directly through the sat phone, the satellite phone, and we talked to them, and it was clear as if they were standing beside us, and we received the new numbers for dispatching the aircraft. That's what we just did. Okay. Okay, Manj.
All right, I'm going to talk to clearance delivery.
Okay, we're getting our clearance now.
Sydney clearance delivery, it's Air Canada 2034.
Air Canada 2034, morning.
Morning, we're Boeing 777 Heavy at Bay 36 with Venus Hotel, requesting airways to Vancouver, flight level 310. We'll be fully ready in 9 minutes.
Air Canada 2034, it's very precise, standby 1.
And Air Canada 2034, we're requesting the Sydney SID for departure.
Yeah, standby.
Okay, man, just quickly look at this while we're waiting, okay? It is flight 2034. It is on the 21st from Sydney to Vancouver.
2034 is cleared to Vancouver via Dipso and flight plan route maintained 5,000. Runway 34 left. Sydney 3 departure. Squawk 1510. Departures frequencies 129.7.
Air Canada 2034 clear to Vancouver, Dipso, flight plan route 5000, 34 left, Sydney 3 departure, squawking 1510, airborne on 129.7.
Air Canada 2034, thanks, ground 126.5 for pushback.
165 for the push, Air Canada 2034. Okay, yes.
Okay, so carrying on here, Manj, it's operational flight plan 3, which we know we have.
Yep.
Load sheet 1, no tax, so nil hazardous. 141 passengers. Actually, these are finals. So I don't know if you heard, guys, we're going full power because of that big wind shift at 1,000 feet. And we're using wet data with engine anti-ice on. We've printed a copy of it. Okay, excellent. So carrying on here, it's showing fuel of 109.8. We got 110.7. That's for the takeoff part. And excellent.
29?
29 now. It may change slightly, but I doubt
slightly.
it.
171.
171. So I'm still showing 777-200LR, 5 flap, and 98.1 versus 98.5, 145, 163, 171.
Right.
Okay.
That correlates with what I have, the printouts to them.
Excellent. It's still flight 2034 of the 21st, Sydney to Vancouver. Operational flight plan 3, as we know.
Yeah.
And 178.9, so for 288.7, and we used 290 or 289 or thereabouts. 28.7, so 29 is still good. And part 2 of 2, 5 on the deck. Happy with that? Excellent.
And while we just went over that, let's just say the Optimus are flaps 5. We're doing a full takeoff thrust. And that's for the wind shear. 29% was in there. Got speeds 145, 160, 171. Full length 34 left. It is wet. And furthermore, 34 left, Toka is 650. If there's an engine failure prior to initial turn, continue on the runway heading to at least 1,250 feet prior to a turn.
Okay. Excellent.
And we're doing a VNAP Alpha departure.
Roger.
Any questions?
No, that sounds good. If we have a problem, man, you continue to fly unless I say I have control.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody happy?
Yeah.
Good. So 3 minutes, I'm going to welcome everybody on board.
Canada 2034, what's it?
Affirmative, Bay 36, 777 pushback.
Stand by one, sir. I'll get back to you shortly. Just about time to go. Runway change.
Standing by.
Air Canada 034. Pushback's approved, and have an amended clearance when you're ready to copy.
Air Canada 2034, go ahead.
Canada 034, cancel the 34 clearance. You received runway 16 right. Sydney tree departure. Maintain 5,000. A lot of details as before.
I'm going to get the pushback and we'll cross-check everything, huh? Cockpit to ground, the brakes are off, and we're clear to push back, delaying engine start till advised.
Copy.
Correction, it's Lima now, 16 left and right for arrivals and departures. Parallel runway, operating complete, the number 1 to take off.
Somewhat of a short, not much. Should be alright.
Cockpit, park brake set, please.
Brakes are set. Confirm when pins removed.
Copy.
And trim changes slightly, but it doesn't matter. I printed out the new performance for you.
Oh, he's already got another one.
And right engine normal, start left.
Cockpit, pins removed.
Okay, I checked pins removed. That was a nice pushback. Let's revert to hand signals. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too. See ya.
I got the wave off. He's got the pins.
Ground, Air Canada 2034, heavy taxi.
Canada 2034, stand by one please. Air Canada 034, turn left on the Golf, hold short Alpha.
Left on Golf, hold short of Alpha, Air Canada 2034.
Clear on the left?
Clear on the right. It's calling us 034.
Yeah, we're straight. So left on Golf, short of Alpha.
Yep.
Canada 2034, give way to Malaysia, and then taxi Alpha, category 1, hold flight runway 16 right.
Okay.
Category 1, hold, follow Malaysia, Alpha, Air Canada 2034.
Clear left.
Right.
And we'll go to the category 1 hold line on 16 right.
Ground, good morning, Emirates 418, clearing on Alpha 4 for stand 59. Emirates 418, okay, taxi Alpha, hold short runway 25. Alpha, hold short 25, Emirates 418.
So if I remember correctly, usually above 10,000 we log on to...
Yankee Bravo, Bravo,
Right.
Bravo.
Tug Red, X-ray standby. Tug Red, Foxtrot, pushback approved and report ready to start. And ground United 839 Heavy, Bay 51, ready for push engine start. No, 839, stand by. Standing by. Air Canada 2034, contact tower ready, 120.5.
120.5, Air Canada 2034.
Good morning.
West 280 at 8, downwind 7. Out in the middle of the bay though, we're showing level there 22. Runway 16 right, clear to take off.
Thank you, and 165 clear to take off. Apologize.
So this is the Cat 1 hold line right
That
here.
is it, yeah. Tower, Canada 2034 Heavy, holding short 16 right, about 1.
Air Canada 2034, taxi holding point Alpha 1, runway 16 right, just confirm you're ready.
Alpha 1 to 16 right, and we're fully ready for Canada 2034.
Air Canada 2034.
Alright,
Qantas
Yeah, I'm going to make
560,
the TA now.
wind
Good call.
280 degrees, 2 knots, downwind 2. Upwind on one side of the aerodrome, 290 and 7, downwind 5. The other side of the aerodrome is southerly at 22. Runway 16 right, clear to land. Clear land 16 right, Qantas 560.
Qantas 50, good morning.
Qantas 50, good morning. Preferred exit, rapid exit Alpha 4, continue approach.
taxi light off please, Madge.
Continue approach and pick up the Alpha 4, Qantas 50.
Qantas 407, connect departures.
407.
330 at 6, downwind 6.
Take an action.
So, it's going to be flipping around right to our tail.
For a sign heading right 170, line up and wait, runway 16 right.
Line up and wait, 16 right, assign heading of 170 degrees, Air Canada 2034.
I'm going to
Canada
give you...
2034, thank you. Just confirm the direction of turn, a sign heading is right 170.
Right.
Check that right turn, Air Canada 2034. We want to go left, yeah, I'm going to make another TA.
Okay.
Flight attendants, please take positions for takeoff, thank you.
And I've gone back to heading. I've selected 170, so at 800 feet.
Till 800, well, we're supposed to track 155 till 800, and then turn to assigned heading according to
Go
this.
back to the track of 155?
Yeah, and then I'll have you. You read it that way, Dave?
That's 128,
Yeah.
connect ground 126.5, windy clear. 165.
Right, Qantas 120. Okay, the before takeoff check is complete, except for the takeoff
Air Canada 2034, wind at your threshold, 290 degrees, 5 knots, downwind 3. Upwind threshold is 230 degrees, 11 knots. Runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff.
Air takeoff, Air Canada 2034. I have control.
Roger, you have control. Thrust rep. Hold.
Roger.
D1.
Yeah, take red X-ray, Foxtrot, holding short runway 16 right. Take red X-ray, City Tower.
Positive rate.
You're up.
City Tower, just 721 ready.
Just 721.
Heading 170, and we'd like to come right or left to avoid the weather up ahead.
Autopilot.
Air Canada 2034 departures identified. You can make it a right turn. What heading do you require?
Yeah.
Right heading 210 for Canada 2034.
Air Canada 2034, make the heading 210 and contact departures now on 1230.
4 for 5,000.
Okay, heading of 210 and departure 1230. Good day.
Flaps 1.
Morning departure, Air Canada 2034 heavy, 4,700 to 5,000 heading 210.
Flaps up. 29.7?
No, it was 29.
Yep, should be.
Just confirm 330 for Air Canada 2034.
Air Canada 2034, climb to flight level 280.
Okay, we'll stay with you and clear flight level 280, Air Canada 2034.
Air Canada 2034, contact
280
departures
set.
on 123.0.
123.0, Air Canada 2034, going to flight level 280.
After takeoff check.
Good morning, departure Air Canada 2034, leaving 5,000 to 280, heading 210.
Air Canada 2034, you are identified. Let me know when you can take a left turn.
Okay, we got, yeah, it's going to be a little while now. We got some pretty good weather here on our left.
Roger, let me know.
Okay.
Be about 35 miles.
Virgin 1589, descend to flight level 130.
After takeoff check.
Level 130, Virgin 1589.
Oh.
Qantas 506, you can track direct.
Departure Denver 66 assigned heading left 090, maintaining 3,000.
Envoy 66, could I identify climb turn maintain 5,000.
Climb to maintain 5,000, Envoy 66.
Aye, better.
Envoy 66, climb to flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Envoy 66.
Qantas 506, quit heading 350, Telebeam Metro.
Qantas 506 approved.
Roger, left turn 350, Qantas 506.
Yankee Triple Bravo.
1589, contact centre on 132.35 with your approach request.
Should be.
132.35, Virgin 1589.
Envoy 66, track direct west Maitland Plain
Better
route.
it.
Track direct West Maitland Plain Route, Envoy 66.
Established.
Excellent. Cancel that.
Cancel.
Air Canada 204, that is a direct MyFly, Mike India Sierra Lima Yankee track look.
Mike India Sierra Lima Yankee Matt Misley.
Direct Misley for Air Canada 2034.
Air Canada 2034, yeah, that is available if it's acceptable with you.
Okay, just 1 second.
Qantas 506, clear weather, track direct entry, correction, Gold Coast.
Qantas 506, thanks.
Looks good, man.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Air Canada 034, we're going to go direct Misley. Thank you.
Canada
And if you want a beams, up to you.
Pardon?
If you want a beams, it's up to you. Execute.
Excuse me, all maps available.
200, climbing 280.
Roger.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep it more of an angle climb here.
That's good.
It's protection.
I'm going to make a little PA here.
Sure.
Good morning, Center. It's Air Canada 2034, flight level 259 for 280, a direct to Misley.
Air Canada 2034, Brisbane Center. G'day, climb to flight level 310.
Climb flight level 310, Air Canada 2034.
310 set.
And Center, Air Canada 033, looks like some weather pretty close to the airway between Marlin and Whale. Can we just go direct Whale from here?
Oh, we got
Air Canada 033, track direct Whale.
Direct Whale, Air Canada 033, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ron Guglielmotti. I'm the second service director on Air Canada Flight 34 between Sydney and Vancouver. We're continuing service to Toronto, and we're just beginning with our meal service. If I can introduce you into the crew, into the galley here, just to give you an idea what we're doing. Okay guys, what's behind you? You're now on candid camera. We have Juliana here, who is our galley assist. And we have Ria, who is our galley chef back here. We're in the process of loading the meals. And as you can tell here, we have the trolleys with all the meals in. And we have the hot casseroles from the ovens. And they're loaded accordingly into the trolleys. And we have 8 crew members working economy class today on this 777-200 series aircraft, of which 4 will work on one side and 4 will work on the other side. We have 2 people on the bar trolley serving drinks, and then we have 2 people working on the distribution of the meals. What we're serving today, we're serving a luncheon service, and we have a choice of chicken or perch. And this is what we have here today. This is the chicken with bed of rice and carrots, and this, I'm sorry, this is the chicken, and this is the perch, and this is how it's served. Perfect. So once again, my name is Ron Guglielmotti. I'm a customer service director with Air Canada. And so I'm working on my 37th year, and in Air Canada's world, the service director's position is a position separate to the flight attendants, and you have to bid and you have to go through an extensive training, and then you accrue a separate seniority list, and you work from then on. The duties, my duties today being the second service director, basically entails the economy class section of the aircraft, overseeing the service, overseeing the service of the meals. Safety is first and foremost in Air Canada's world, ensuring that passengers are taken care of, comfort, and in a safe manner. Okay. Once we board the aircraft before departure, usually board the aircraft approximately 1 hour prior to departure, and we have duties, check duties, as far as safety equipment is concerned. We have to check all the safety equipment on board for serviceability, and we also have to do galley checks, so that's that food is on board, the appropriate food, the appropriate drinks. And today's service, being close to 14 hours and 30-minute flight back to Vancouver, it entails three levels of service. We're starting off with a luncheon service today, and approximately 4 hours up to 5 hours into the flight, we do a snack service, which entails sandwich, some cookies, and more beverages, and approximately 2 hours prior to arriving to Vancouver, a full breakfast service will also be offered to our customers. Okay, once again, today we have a real variety. Being an international carrier like Air Canada is, we have an array of international flight attendants on board. We have the lovely Juliana, who is from Mexico. We have the lovely Ria working galley, who is from Japan. And then looking up very front of the aircraft, we have Eric, who's from Holland originally. And in front of him standing is Susan, she's Korean. And on that side, we have some Canadian girls, including a French-Canadian girl who's on a temporary assignment. And unfortunately, she'll be leaving us this coming August, and she'll be heading back to school. And myself, Ron, I am of Italian descent, brought up in England, and now fully fledged Canadian.
My name's Anita Gillespie, and I'm a flight attendant with Air Canada, and we are flying from Sydney, Australia to Vancouver, British Columbia on the Boeing 777, and we are in the Executive First J-Class galley. I would like to show you a little bit about what I do in a day in this galley. And first of all, when we board and we've put our luggage away, I come in here and I start checking to make sure I have all the correct supplies, everything that I need to serve the passengers and give them the service that they deserve in Executive First. And so I make sure I have the meals in the ovens. These are my ovens here. And then of course in these carriers, these metal carriers carry everything from dishes to dry foods, to water, alcohol, and in my trolleys as well, we have a dairy trolley, I have an equipment trolley right here, and then of course meal trolleys. We have more than one meal service on this long flight. We start off with a dinner meal, and of course, so that involves the meals that we have today. Our meal options. Our meal options were lamb, chicken, salmon, and spinach and ricotta cannelloni. And so we have served the passengers these meals. They start off with a bar service first, and we provide them with any kind of drink that they would like, with nuts, mixture of warm nuts. And then we go into our hot towels, and we provide them with a menu, and so they choose which one of these meals they would like. And then they get a meal tray that comes with an appetizer. And actually, I can show you that meal tray. This is the meal tray. It comes with an appetizer and a salad. We also put on here fresh bread. They can choose which roll they like, and of course the cutlery pack. So they start with that, and when they finish with that, we pick up these dishes by hand, and then after they've had that, we carry on with, also we are constantly refilling whatever it is that they would like to drink, water, wine, which we have a variety of choices of wine. And the choices of wines, of course, one thing I didn't mention is we start off the flight before takeoff, and we offer a champagne or water. Everybody gets their own personal bottle of water, but they can also have a glass of water before takeoff, champagne or orange juice. So we also offer that throughout the flight. And then Chardonnay and a Sauvignon Blanc. Those are the white wine choices. A Klein Zinfandel starts off the red. Chateau. It's our French red. And a Malbec from Argentina. So we are continually refilling their drinks, and then when they're finished their appetizer, we also collect those dishes, and then we carry on with the hot meal service. Now, as most of the meals have been given out, I don't have each meal to show you, but an example of a meal looks like this. This is my oven. That's cannelloni, so that would be our vegetarian meal. And this is a lamb. That's the lamb meal. And then that's the salmon meal. And then the vegetables have already been taken off of that one, so that's not a complete meal. That gives you an idea. And then, of course, we keep bread in the oven. It's warm all the time. And then after our meal, we pick up those dishes and we serve cheese and crackers. And the cheese and crackers, looks like. They are served on individual trays like this, cheese and grapes, and then we add crackers. We offer crackers and bread so they can have their choice. And when they're finished, add port wine as well. Our port, this is our port wine here. And when we're finished the cheese and cracker and wine service, then we go into dessert. And dessert also has a choice. It's a dish of fresh fruit. And then the other one, I can't show you fully because it's packaged up, but it's what we call a lava cake. And it's a chocolate cake that gets individually, we heat it up in the oven, and it gets put individually into a dish. And then there's a scoop of ice cream that I put on top. So passengers really enjoy this. And it's all served individually, just like in a restaurant. So with the dessert service, we finish up with coffees, teas, and liqueurs. And then we prepare the passengers to have a restful flight until the next service, which will be breakfast before we land in Vancouver. So that pretty much wraps up our dinner service up here in Executive First cabin. I have been flying with Air Canada for 10 years, and I started in 2000, and I became a flight attendant later in life. I was a stay-at-home mom and I raised my children, and then we thought maybe it would be nice to have a second income, so I applied at Air Canada, and here I am. And I love the job. I am very thrilled with it. My children are grown now, and actually I'm a grandma, so I have 2 grandsons. So my time is more freed up, and I thoroughly enjoy this job. And I welcome you to fly Air Canada anytime. We are happy to serve you.
So here we are, level 33,000 feet. And if you look at my ND navigational display, you'll see I have New Caledonia, the island, in map mode. It's the radar image of that island. You can just make out the shoreline visually, and that's one of the features of this radar, is it has a map mode. You can see that it says that in blue. The other thing is we're just monitoring HF frequency while our CPDLC ADS system is currently locked on to Brisbane, Yankee Bravo Bravo Bravo. and the machine is showing here that the next center will be naughty. If you look at the map, that pretty much corresponds with this blue line, which delineates the two FIRs. Left side being Brisbane, and the right side is naughty. So as soon as we cross this on Bravo 580, we will be, and there's the island here depicted, the one in map mode. And once we cross this blue line, that'll automatically switch to naughty center, and we'll continue on with them with automated position reports along the route. Boy, is that looking beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really gorgeous, doesn't it? It'd be interesting to see what kind of routing, like how you'd have to go to fly to here, actually.
Yeah, it would be.
There must be a website that shows you, oh sure, I guess any of those websites where you buy airline tickets will show you how to get there.
I suppose, yeah.
What do you think on the belts, Mitch?
Thanks.
Making a little bit of gas, Mange.
All right.
We're at 9.0 now, 14.1 overhead. Nice.
I wonder how expensive it is living down there, visiting.
I'm sure if you're a local, it can't be that expensive. So right now we're cruising at 33,000 feet. We're with Namby Center. We're physically not talking to him, that's via CPDLC. And just coming up to the island straight ahead, you can see Vanuatu. I think I mentioned yesterday that's where one of the Survivor series was filmed. Very lush looking island, eh?
There's your time. Coming up.
For what?
Rest.
Oh, up there, yeah, that's it. I don't know if you noticed on the departure out of Sydney, after we pushed back, we were assigned a runway change by air traffic control because of there was a wind shear in the area. We were normally going to depart off 34s. We ended up departing on the 16s, and anytime we have a runway change, we have to re-input all the data into the flight management computer. We also, through the electronic flight bag, have to recompute all the takeoff data and ensure that we can indeed depart from that runway. And today, with the wind shear in the area, we were using full thrust versus any reduction of engine power. And also we wanted to use the longest runway, which we did do. Once we taxied out, it was very interesting. One of the aircraft, there was a Qantas 767, actually ended up going around on approach from the wind shear on the parallel runways. So when we got the runway change, I was taxiing the aircraft, and Mange, he went heads down as per our standard operating procedures, changed all the parameters in the FMC, recalculated the takeoff data, and then the other two pilots, we cross-checked all the data, ensured that everything was correct. And then Mange did a full rebriefing, talking about departing now on 16 left versus 34 right. Rebriefed the standard instrument departure. And then we took off, and we had a little bit of wind shear. I don't know if you noticed on the camera going through 800 feet. We had increasing performance where the airspeed increased about 30 knots and managed to increase the pitch a little bit just so as not to get too close to our flap limiting speed. And then we had to deal with weather. Also up ahead was a thunderstorm. We would have normally had a left turnout. We ended up turning out to the right to avoid all the weather and continuing our climb and then en route to our departure point. And then we kept the seatbelt sign on just a little bit longer because there was weather in the area. So some interesting facts. Air Canada, the variant we have is called the 200LR, which is the longest flying twin-engine aircraft in the world at the present time. One of the main differences from the 200 to the 200LR is the wingspan. The 200LR, the wingspan is over 212 feet, whereas on the 200 it's 199 feet. And the increase in wingspan is from what are called rakes. So it increases the wingspan by 13 feet. Boeing put these on. It increases the performance of the LR. It increases in performance in the balance field length, the takeoff distance required, the altitude that it can cruise at, the fuel burn, enabling it to fly further. Also, the original 200 had engines that the GE90s, which had 77,000 pounds of thrust per side, whereas the 200LR has the GE90 variants that have 110,000 pounds of thrust, thereby increasing the takeoff weight quite a bit. The original 200 had a takeoff weight of 247,000 kilos, where the version that Air Canada has, the 200LR, takes off at 344,700 kilos. Also range-wise, just some round numbers. The range on the 200 was 5,240 nautical miles, whereas the 200LR has a range of more like 9,400 nautical miles. And I'm just rounding those off. Of course, it depends on passenger load and everything else. The Boeing 777-200LR, when it was first introduced in 2005, it set a new world record for a commercial jetliner. It flew a record distance, and I'm just reading this now from Boeing's website, of 11,664 nautical miles. It traveled eastbound from Hong Kong to London Heathrow, and no aircraft since then has duplicated that. It also has the distinction of the first aircraft to be introduced with the ETOPS time of 180 minutes, right straight out of the box, so to speak. And a very interesting little fact that most people don't know, a lightly loaded 777 performs better than most sports cars. It'll accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds.
All right, so on that takeoff out of Sydney, it always helps to have the world's largest engines, and way we can identify the engines on this airplane, it says right here, GE90s, 110, meaning 110,000 pounds of thrust, Series B1L. And with the 300, we have 115,000 pounds of thrust for the GE90 variant for that airplane. So we, as the captain mentioned already, because of the wind shear reported, we used full thrust in our performance calculations. And on the takeoff roll, you could certainly feel the difference between that and a normal Air Canada use of derated assumed temperatures. Meaning there's no point using full thrust all the time out of the engines because it wears down the turbine, the hot section, unnecessarily, and we can get greater economic use of our engines by not pressing them into full thrust for every takeoff. And in addition to that, we're increasing the reliability of the motors by not having to have the hot section go through higher temperatures needlessly. But in this case, as Air Canada certainly allows us to always cater to safety, and we use the full thrust that was available. On rotation, it was normal, and we had briefed that we could expect an increasing performance wind shear because at the takeoff end of the runway there was actually a slight tailwind, which we had catered for in our performance figures. And in fact, as we got up to about 1,300 feet, I could see the airspeed starting to increase rapidly, and the flight director commands were starting to wanting to pitch attitude to change, and to follow that means to increase nose up. But you have to use some degree of airmanship with just how aggressively you want to follow the flight director, because given the conditions, you certainly want to follow the flight director, but you got to add a little bit of fuzzy logic in that you know that sooner or later it's going to want to correct back. And so I sort of felt it was necessary to stay behind it just slightly, and sure enough, it did come down to the pitch attitude that I had selected. But certainly the wind shear increasing performance was quite evident, and we had more than enough performance to handle that. And of course, with an increasing performance wind shear, the only thing that could possibly happen is that if you're not ready for it, you could overspeed your flaps, which this has actually protection for that, so this airplane. So none of that happened, but we knew that there was a good chance of meeting the increasing performance through pilot reports. Air traffic control had reported it, and that's what you want to do is anything that happens unusual in the terms of meteorological conditions, you want to advise ATC so that others can benefit by what you just experienced. And the other thing that happened on departure was the captain noticed, because we had our weather radars up, we knew that there was CBs in the area, and he asked for an immediate wind heading correction to the right. And that worked out perfectly, because of course there's another runway on the left. Normally they would have crossed us over to the left after we went out far enough, but because of the position of the cell, we asked for a long way around right turn. While we're climbing, we kept our speed at fairly close to best angle, so that we were climbing rapidly. There was no point in accelerating away from our route, and Dipso being the start of the route. So when we started to get a point in the right direction, close to about 90 and less to Dipso, 90 degrees heading, we started to accelerate, and it just so happened that the clouds started to get to we were getting above the cloud levels, so that we could miss most of the turbulence associated with that. So everything worked out well there, as planned.
So I don't know if you can see up ahead, but we have some weather up ahead, as you can see on the camera showing the actual weather, but on the radar we're showing it even a little bit better. We've used CPDLC and asked Nandi Center to deviate up to 80 nautical miles left and right, of course, which, I don't know if you can see the picture now of the CPDLC message from center. They've cleared us to deviate up to left or right 80 nautical miles, and then we just have to report back on course, and I've accepted that message, and we're just starting our deviations now to avoid the worst of the weather. And once we're clear of all the weather and we're happy, and we'll report back on course.
Yeah, so we're further up there, there's another one that will miss my log. Here comes the other fellow.
square. It's like a soccer field.
So what just happened is we, on the ICAS, we've got a pilot's response message, meaning that we haven't touched any switches or changed anything in the cockpit for a predetermined time. So what's going to happen next is, for demonstration purposes, we're going to try to let this go and to show you what happens as a secondary step. The first step is the ICAS message, pilot response, and the way to cancel that is just touch any switch almost anywhere in the cockpit, and that will cancel that pilot response. But we haven't canceled it to simulate, you know, a pilot's falling asleep, for example, what's going to happen. So here we go. We're letting you record it, and at one point we'll see what will happen. So we're trying here not to touch anything and let the airplane wake us up.
So that's it. That was our final alert to respond. So 3 alerts, and touch any button, and that will reset the whole pilot response system. I'll just cancel that, and that'll take care of that matter. And we're good for another system reset.
Okay, at this point we've been airborne about 6.5 hours. We've presently climbed up to 37,000 feet. As you can see, the winds are fairly light up here. We're making good time. We're just coming up to our second equitime point. Right now, if we have a problem, we're going to the Marshall Islands. Once we pass that equitime point, we're carrying on to Honolulu, which, as you can see at the present time, it's 1,113 nautical miles. Pretty well straight ahead. Once we go over Honolulu, it'll be dark by then, but the sun is still up right now. We've got exactly 7 hours of flying time left, and if we take a look here, we've so far at 6.5 hour point, we've burned 53,700 kilos of fuel, and we still have 57,000 tons of fuel on board. Manj is still at the controls.
Morning squawk 1125.
1125 here. Seatbelt will probably go off for a little while again. Oh, yeah, sure. What we landing on, man? 8 left.
Vancouver Center, Air Canada 2034 Heavy, level 370 with Alpha.
Air Canada 2034 Heavy, Vancouver Center, Roger, new squawk code of 0056.
Firm 0056.
Affirmative.
Coming up.
Air Canada 2034, you're clear the Shark 7 arrival for runway 08. When ready, descend flight level 240.
Clear the Shark 7 arrival, and when ready, descend to flight level 240 for Air Canada 2034.
Air Canada 2034, roger.
Roger.
40 set, the squawk's in there.
Okay, and that's a good altitude. There's no constraint prior to that, before that.
Okay, you have control?
Yeah.
Good morning, Vancouver, UPS 62, go to flight level 360.
Check the box.
UPS 62, Heavy Vancouver Center, roger, good morning.
Select speed, and we got the winds in there.
So you modified the Mach 84 or 300 for descent?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also put in the winds in for forecast descent.
Excellent.
We've been cleared the Shark 7 arrival for the 8 left, and that is on the EFB 10-2S, which is effective 20th of December.
Roger.
Transition is standard. Safe altitude within 100 nautical miles, 12,800. Safe MSA Vancouver VOR is 6,900. We're anticipating Shark 7, so that's Foch between 17,000 and 11,000. Ragged at 900,000. Mix this at or above 7,000. Zolma at or above 5,000 at 210 knots. MCAM at or above 3,000. That puts us straight in for the ILS DME. Runway 08 left into Vancouver, 11-1, 22nd of October. Localizer India Tango Lima 110.55, final approach course 081. Vaccine glide slope intercept points 1,300 feet. Monitor announced approaching minimums and minimums alcohol landing, or go around flights 20, and then climb to 420 on a heading of 081, then left climb and turn on a heading of 051 to 2000. Intercept the inbound radial 260 off the metal VOR. Upon intercept, climb to 4,000. Oldest published at the Pit VOR. Shuttle climb to 6 before proceeding on course. So, initial go-around altitude is 2,000.
I concur.
And we already discussed the transition altitude and safe altitude. MSA remains 6,900 around Vancouver VOR. The decision altitude on the barometric is 214 feet. RVR required 2,600 or half a mile. And your lighting is PAPI as well as LSAV 2.
Okay.
Mountainous terrain. And I have terrain set up on my side.
Likewise.
And then we've got below on the TCAS, auto brake of 2. When we land, it'll be auto reverse, and we'll get off where it's safe and convenient, likely Mike 5.
Yeah, Mike 5 or beyond would be good. I'd be happy with that. And you bring it to taxi speed by the taxiway, and then I'll take control, man.
Okay.
Notes? There are no notes. Auto brake.
2.
Auto brake 2. Approach briefing is completed. Landing data VREF 136. Minimums 214 feet on the barometric altimeter.
Roger.
Pre-descent checklist is complete, and we know that because it's in green. The interesting part of the flight management computer on this aircraft is to descend. All we do is we've sent our descent altitude in initially of flight level 240, and when we have our top of descent point, the aircraft will automatically start descending at that point. We don't have to touch anything. So this is the airport map for Vancouver. We're going to be landing on runway 8 left, which is over here in the top left corner. And notice now you can't actually see any names of the taxiways, but when I expand the scale, you can see now that the taxiway names start to appear. And we're going to plan today, we're using auto brake 2, so we'll roll out fairly far down the runway. The runway's close to 10,000, I think it's 9,000 something feet long. And we'll probably turn off on Mike 5. And I go back to the star chart for monitoring for our descent. Canada 2034 is leaving 370.
Air Canada 2034, roger.
Air Canada 2034, continue to 11,000.
Air Canada 2034, roger.
11,000 set, which is the bottom of the bracket.
11,000 set. That is a good altitude. You guys kept it nice and smooth for us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your captain speaking. Hope you've enjoyed your flight with us so far. As you can tell, we're on our descent now into the Vancouver airport. We're just passing through 28,000 feet. We're going to be touching down at 4:51 local time and probably at the gate at 4:58. If you like to set your watches, local time in Vancouver is 4:29. Weather for arrival, it's partly cloudy. Last temperature is 16 degrees Celsius. And we'd like to take this opportunity from everyone at Air Canada and thank you for having flown with us today. And we hope to see you again in the near future.
Alaska 110, when ready, descend 17,000, Seattle altimeter 3000.
When ready, no 17,300, Alaska 110.
So we've been airborne a little over 13 and a bit hours now. We're on approach into the Vancouver area. As you can see, we're just passing through 13,000 feet. And just prior to 10,000, we'll start slowing to 250. So far, we've used 95 tons of fuel. And our landing weight today is 194,400 kilos, which is pretty light for us. We're normally closer to our max landing weight of approximately 223,000 tons. Our approach speed with that, with only 25 flap, will be 136 knots. We'll be touching down at that speed, 136 knots. And we're using auto brake 2, which is a fairly minimal setting because the runway's fairly long. And we use idle reverse. That's a fairly noise-sensitive runway, so we try to be good corporate citizens and not make too much noise if we can. Okay, if you look out the window right now, that the town right on the left is Nanaimo, BC. And anything to add? Man, you're more familiar with this area?
Yeah, Nanaimo. That's about it.
This is Victoria Island, the whole island that we're over right now. As you can see out the window, the sun's just starting to come up. Local time, it's 25 to 5 in the morning.
Air Canada 034, descend and maintain, or 2034, descend and maintain 7,000.
7,000 Air Canada 203. 7,000 set, that's a good altitude, Manj. And VNAV path protects us for Ragged, that's good.
Alright, up to 10,000, in-range check please.
Okay. Okay, in-range checklist. Seatbelts are on, lights are on, landing data is set.
Reviewed and set.
Altimeters 2,999 inches, set.
2,999 are set.
And the in-range checklist is complete. And we normally do that out of 10,000 or maybe 30 track miles prior to touchdown.
Okay, we're out of 10 for 9.
Roger.
On the clock. Over there, and this is protection on
dumb question, but what's this straight? This is not the straight. One, it is Juan de Fuca. Okay, I thought that was
named it now. Didn't speed?
Roger.
034, contact arrival now 128.6.
128.6 Air Canada 2034. Good morning. Good morning, arrival. It's Air Canada 2034 Heavy, 8,500 to 7,000. Information Alpha.
Air Canada 2034 Heavy, good morning. 8 left, descend to 5,000.
5,000. Checking.
5,000 set.
Roger, 5,000 is set.
This is denial here. This community.
Oh, to come up again?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I didn't look at page 2. That's why.
5,000, 7,000 above at Mixus.
Roger.
Should be protected.
So you say they're renaming the Straits of Juan de
Yeah,
Fuca,
it's
man?
called Salem or First Nations has got it renamed.
Oh. They're renaming everything, aren't they?
Yeah. Change thrust.
Roger. Roger. Mind if I just look at the electrics page here for a second?
Flaps 1.
Okay, speed's good. Flaps 1 selected. We have a tiny bit of a tailwind on final, Manj.
Thanks. Flight slow.
Roger, missed approach 2000 is set.
Flaps 5.
Speed is good. Flaps 5 selected.
Air Canada 2034 cross Bex Inlet 170 knots or less. Contact tower now 11955 today.
Air Canada 2034 across Bexham 170 or less. Tower 1955 now. Good day. Morning Tower, it's Air Canada 2034 Heavy on approach 8 left.
Flaps 15.
Speed is good.
2034 clear to land 8 left.
Clear to land 8 left, Air Canada 2034.
Disconnecting.
Okay.
Flight director.
So Manj is hand flying now. He's disconnected the autopilot.
Gear down, flaps 20, landing check.
Flaps 20 selected. Cabin's alerted. Flaps to go.
Flaps 25 and bumping back
Flaps 25 is selected.
Full Exum.
Exum is 1300. Missed approach 2000 is set. Flaps 25. We have a VREF of 136.
VREF 136, target 141.
Roger. And landing checklist is complete.
1000.
You have landing clearance, Manj.
Okay. Wind check.
Wind check.
On 00 at 4.
Catch it?
500.
0 at 4.
Approaching minimums.
Roger.
Minimums.
Runway in sight.
Landing.
One 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brakes up.
Manual brake.
Roger. $80. Very nice, Manj.
Thank you.
Okay, I have control.
You have control. Thank you.
Okay, and just leave me with a taxi light.
Yep.
And then ground in the after fizz.
Ground, Air Canada 2034 heavy on Mike 5 for Delta 51.
Canada 2034 taxi via Mike Juliet Charlie.
Mike Juliet Charlie for Canada 2034.
Okay, Mike, as we're going to hang a hard right. This is a fairly tight turn for a 777. You can see it's more than 90 degrees. So we take this rather slow. And we steer it very wide. Thank you.
Trains are long. Big view is running.
Thank you. 51 is open.
Yep.
The taxi light off, please. I'm going to go cross country here, man, rather than turn right.
I agree. Yeah.
Just narrow down that turn. It is clear on the left.
No sense.
And we have the light bar is up.
Yep. Looks like they got a ground power unit waiting. All the equipment is off to the side on the right side.
Okay, left looks good. There we go. Signal man's in position. Bridge is retracted. Okay. Let's transfer this over to the bar.
777.
I think it doesn't say 200 or 300.
No. View is available.
Brakes are set. Okay, man, parking checklist, please, when you're ready.
Checklist. Hydraulics.
Hydraulics are off.
Internal power.
Not available.
APU select.
On.
Transform.
And it's in 1000 standby.
Parking checklist complete.
Thank you.